Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the L&S Customs Late Model Series presented by L&S Customs. Tonight, these late models will be taking on North Wilkesboro for 85 laps, so this should be a fun one. Got some short track action coming your way. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Weiss, and I'm excited to call the action here for the L&S Customs Late Model Series. Now, before we get into the racing action, we got to thank our two sponsors for tonight. Starting off, got to thank the series sponsor, L&S Customs. L&S Customs is your one-stop shop for fabrication, paintwork, bodywork, and fixing any mechanical issues on your ride. They've been around since 2017 and are located in Prospect Hill, North Carolina. Make sure to visit their website at lnscustoms.com. Again, if you would like fabrication, paintwork, bodywork, or mechanical issues getting fixed on your ride. Now, the race sponsor for tonight goes out to any of our real-life racers. The Carolina Pro Late Model Series is the sponsor for tonight's race. The Carolina Pro Late Model Series was created by racers for racers. They designed the series to be inclusive to keep the cost of racing down and the competition up. If you're interested in maybe doing some pro late model racing with the Carolina Pro Late Model Series, or if you want to learn more about the Carolina Pro Late Model Series, then make sure to visit their website at carolinalatemodels.com. And I know we might have maybe a few real-life racers who are watching the broadcast tonight, and if you are and you enjoy dirt racing or pro late model racing, then I'd give the Carolina Pro Late Model Series a try if you're in the Carolina area. Michael Wallace on Facebook says, wishing I was on track tonight, watching from work. Sorry that you couldn't make it, but thanks for tuning in, Michael. Oh, and we do have to do your member spotlight for tonight, where we are going to be shouting out some members of the Mayhem Racing League. Starting off, we're going to shout out Tyler Dutchert. He's from Red Hill, Pennsylvania. His sponsors include none. He's a privateer, so if you're interested in getting your business out there in the world, then make sure to hit up Tyler Dutchert. His hobbies include streaming, iRacing, and wearing funny helmets. I believe he's referencing the one that he's wearing in the picture, the funny panda helmet. Now, our other driver that we are shouting out for tonight is Nathan Langley. As requested, he said that he wanted to get his on the screen tonight. So here we go, Nathan Langley. He's from Stevens City, Virginia. That's my home state. It's pretty awesome. And he also does not have any sponsors. So again, if you want to get your business out there in the world, then make sure to hit Nathan Langley up. And his hobbies include bowling, hunting, fishing, and dirt track racing. So there you have it, your two member shout outs for members of the Mayhem Racing League. Now, right now in practice, we have William Kruska at the top of the board. His fastest time is a 19.30. Kruska got runner-up last race at Lainer, and he was only 0.3 off of Sean Langton. It was a very close battle for first, but in the end, Langton ended up getting the better of Kruska. But Kruska, he's looking fast, and he's going to be the one to beat. David Sheets, though, only 0.07 off of him. He's in second. And then we have Luke Schaefer-Nyer in third with a 19.40. So there we go. Practice is getting wrapped up, and we are getting set for your qualifying event. This will determine the starting order. We got some vehicles getting on track right now. So here we go. Right now we're watching David Sheets. He's exiting the pits right here. We got Jim Cook. Michael Wallace says, watch out for the 68. Great on long runs. Takes care of his tires. He's referring to David Guarino, who's actually on a track right now. We'll see how he is going to do. He's actually on his first lap right at this very moment. So we'll see how he does. Goes off a turn 4. And David Guarino is going to get to third with the 19.52, but he's still 0.2 off of first and second. Right now in first, we have Seth French in the 54, and then in second with the 19.36, we have David Sheets, who just completed his second lap. He did not improve. Seth French didn't improve on his second lap either. David Guarino did. He had a 19.43, but that's still about 1/10 off of second place. So right now, Seth French is looking like the fastest. Eddie Hughes able to get to fourth in that Rowdy Energy machine. His fastest time was at 19.49. He only has to get 600ths to get by David Guarino and break into the top 3. Can you do that? He does. He gets a 19.41 and gets to third place. So Eddie Hughes is now going to be starting on the inside second row after that 19.41. Got Anthony Romeo. He's in the top 5 right now. His fastest time last time was a 19.48. A little bit loose off of 4. Let's see how well he does this time by. No, it was 0.2 slower, and I think that a lot of it had to do with the fact that he did get a little bit loose off of 4. We got Mike Durfee. He currently is in the back here, getting ready to set his second lap time. Will he improve? And looks like he ran pretty much an identical lap time, so he's going to stay in 13th. So right now, I believe everybody who is going to qualify has qualified. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what happened last week. If you missed the broadcast or you just want to hear what happened again, we raced at Lainer National Speedway last week. We ended up having 13 cautions, and 67 of the 126 laps were caution laps. We had 8 lead changes. Extremely exciting race. Sean Langton started in third and quickly made his way up to the lead. He led the most laps out of anybody, 59 to be exact. William Kruska was very, very close. It was a battle to the finish, but Langton ended up getting the most of Kruska. Kruska still finishing second. We saw Stephen Rochefort take third. Jesse Baker had a great performance, but he ended up having some tough luck and ended up falling to fourth. And then last but not least, in fifth, it ended up being the 77 of Thomas Frisch. And after we have had 5 races, here's how the point standings is looking like. Currently in the point standings lead is Sean Langton. Sean has 3 wins so far this season, an average start of 7th and an average finish of 2nd. He currently has 223 points. Not far off of him, though, 21 points behind is Jesse Baker with 202. Then it's Thomas Eggleston, Thomas Frisch, and then last but not least, we have Mike Durfee currently in 5th in points right now. So your top 3 between Thomas Eggleston, Jesse Baker, and Sean Langton, they're all very close to each other. Now, if, say, for example, Langton, he does not have a good performance, and Eggleston does, that could really shake up the point standings. Another thing to keep in mind is Jesse Baker, who's 2nd in points. He is not participating in this race. He's not currently in the session, which means that could also shake up the points a little bit. From what I've seen so far, I think the main thing that we're going to be watching out for is tire saving. We'll say these drivers do have unlimited sets, so you really don't have to worry about ever running out of tires or having to conserve to keep that one set of tire. But you do lose track position when you come into the pits. We'll see how it all plays out. But here's your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a scorching time of 19.350. Got Seth French starting on the pole. Outside of him with Sheets Racing, it's David Sheets. Eddie Hughes is going to be starting in third. Outside of him, it's going to be that 68 of David Guarino. And then rounding out your top 5, it's Anthony Romeo. From California in 6th, we got the 7 of Sean Langton. He's got 3 wins this season. Got Jim Cook in 7th. 8th With 1 win this season, we have Thomas Eggleston. 9th is going to be R.F. Boyer. And then rounding out your top 10, we have the 72 of Alan Warnecki. Luke Schaefermeyer looked very, very fast in practice. He's going to be starting 11th. Charlie Hamilton Jr. will be starting 12th. 13th is going to be Mike Durfee. And then these final 3 names that I'm going to name did not set a qualifying time. Jordan Duran's in 14th, William Kruscott in 15th, and David Enkenbauer in 16th. So starting on the pole, Seth French. According to Michael Wallace, he is great on tracks like North Wilkesboro, where tires wear extremely quickly. He's a very good dirt tracker, so watch out for him. Yeah, I mean, starting on the pole looked extremely fast in qualifying. Let's see if he can keep that lead away from second place David Sheets and third place Eddie Hughes. We're waiting on the cars to get going. And here we go. We're going to do some pace laps just to let these drivers get warmed up and get some heat in their tires. And we'll take a look here at the race info. Here's how the track's looking right now. I got 78 degrees Fahrenheit air temperature, 55% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 2 miles per hour wind speed. Track temperature is the same as the air temperature, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. In North Wilkesboro, located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, is 0.52 miles long. So it's a short track. And I will say that the weather, this is perfect racing weather. I mean, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, little breeze. This should be a fun one. Right before we start, Keith Graham says, good luck, drivers from the Carolina Pro Late Model Series, your sponsor for tonight's event. Thanks for tuning in, Keith Graham. All right, here we go. Coming into turns 3 and 4, we'll see that pace car make that hard left turn onto pit road, and then we're going to be green flag racing. And there we go. Green flag is out here at North Wilkesboro for 85 laps in these late models. There we see Seth French dives down into turn 1, able to get clear of David Sheets. Sheets stuck on the high side. Got Eddie Hughes trying to look under him for that second spot. And already we are seeing a caution come out. I am not entirely sure what happened. Oh, that's a big wreck. Woo. All right, here we go. Here's the replay on this one. So right now we're watching Alan Warnecki. And, looks like Thomas Eggleston tags the wall, bounces down right into the 91 of Jim Cook. And all of this is happening in front of Warnecki. And he just... Does he get hit? He's done a good job avoiding it so far. Yes, he still ends up getting a little bit of damage. So 3-car incident between Eggleston, 91 of Cook, and Alan Warnecki. That is a shame for all of those who are involved. Definitely not the start that this Eggleston, Cook, and Warnecki had wanted. We see Thomas Eggleston and Jim Cook both go into the pits. And quickly, again, we do want to shout out the sponsor for tonight's event, which is the Carolina Pro Late Model Series. Carolina Pro Late Model Series was created by drivers for drivers. They designed the series to be inclusive to keep the cost of racing down and the competition up. If you would like to participate in the Carolina Pro Late Model Series for some fun, or if you want to learn about the series at all, then make sure to visit their website at the CarolinaLateModels.com. Ignore when I said it's just CarolinaLateModels.com. So Seth French, in that short little green flag run that we had, was able to keep the lead. David Sheets barely was able to keep second. I mean, he was stuck on that high side and had Eddie Hughes right on his tail. I agree with you there, Michael. I think that might be something that'll happen if we see some more cautions come out. Hopefully not, but if we do see some more cautions come out, then I agree. I think we're going to see some of that go on. There we go. Lights on the pace car are off, so we're getting ready to go back green here. Seth French is going to be restarting first. David Sheets in second. I think we're doing a single file restart. And we've got the pace car heading back in, and green flag is back out here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. There goes Seth French taking off once again. Here comes Eddie Hughes starting to reel in David Sheets. Here's Sean Langton. He's trying to make a move. He's looking under David Guarino for that fourth spot. Guarino with the nose as we cross the line. Langton just trying to get up there to that rear quarter panel. And we have another caution. It's like this happened with Mike Durfee. I believe right before I hit play on this replay, he had hit the wall a little bit. Looks what it's looking like. I think he's going to try to send it here under Luke Schaefermeyer in 3 and 4. Yep, he's getting under that 603, and oh no! The 603 heads right down into Durfee, and both of them get sideways. Jordan Durant has nowhere to go except for right into that rear quarter panel of Mike Durfee. Jeez, the 91 of Jim Cook does a great job avoiding that incident. This is the second wreck in a row that we've seen Thomas Eggleston get some damage. So that's 2 early cautions that we've seen. We see Alan Warnecki gets to go back on the lead lap, but Luke Schaefermeyer, I believe he is mainly disconnected. Mike Durfee heading into the pits. I think just trying to get that damage fixed on that 13 machine. Yep, hopefully after this caution, we'll see some good green flag runs. We see a few drivers going into the pits. A lot of them have had some damage in our first 2 incidents. One driver who's loving all these cautions is Seth French, because he's able to lead some easy laps. And this is also good for some of the drivers up front, because while running under caution and under yellow flag, it won't tear up tires as much because you're running at a slower pace. All right, getting ready to go back green. Seth French restarting on the bottom. David Sheets on the top. This is exactly how we started this event, and it's how it still is. Will we see maybe a battle for the top 2 spots? We shall see here on this next restart. Pace cars in, and green flag is back out here at North Wilkesboro. We see Seth French takes off, but David Sheets with a great restart. He was able to hang with David French. We see Eddie Hughes, and here comes David Guarino getting a good run on the outside. You don't normally see that here at North Wilkesboro, but, I mean, Guarino making the outside work, and we see here comes Sean Langton as well going under Eddie Hughes for that third spot. David Guarino in third place right now, but he has wow. Matthew Harris, thanks for the stars donation. We greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you. Got Sean Langton right now chasing David Guarino. Both of these drivers were able to make a good pass by Eddie Hughes. Sean Langton just trying to set up the pass. A lot of it is just waiting for Guarino to make a mistake. Maybe get loose off the corner, tag the wall a little bit. And also, Langton's just looking, you know, how David Guarino's line is looking. Is he like high off exit or any possible way that Langton can get under him? And the gap is actually starting to increase. David Guarino turning some good laps. He actually just turned his fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago. So Guarino looking fast at the moment. But Sean Langton, I mean, he is still there right now. Here's Anthony Romeo and that 88 trying to get up there to R.F. Boyer. Romeo been very fast in these last couple of laps. He's tailing that 12, getting right up to his back bumper. He actually sends it into turns 3 and 4. Almost gets into that 12's rear quarter panel. Langton continuing to just get up there to David Guarino. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sean make a move here. There he goes, looking under David Guarino as we cross this. Oh, no, we're still in the backstretch. But there he goes. He's looking under him side by side through 3 and 4. Langton has the nose, and he's going to slide up in front of Guarino. After tailing Guarino for a little while, he's finally gotten by him and into the top 3. Langton trying to get his 4th win of the season tonight here at North Wilkesboro. David Guarino, though, he's sticking right behind Sean Langton to see if maybe Sean Langton will make a mistake and he can take back that 3rd spot. Here's Anthony Romeo. He's looking low under R.F. Boyer. He got right to his rear quarter panel as we went through turns 1 and 2. Once again, side by side as we cross the line, we might see Romeo get clear. And once again, thank you to Matthew Harris for the stars donations. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Field starting to get spread out. We're getting some good green flag racing in at the moment. Here comes Sean Langton. As soon as he got by David Guarino, he put on the rocket boosters, and here he is coming up on David Sheets for 2nd. If Langton can turn some good laps, I wouldn't be surprised if he's side by side with David Sheets in the next couple of laps. Sheets is tailing Seth French for the lead. Top 3. You could throw a blanket over the top 3 right now. I mean, this is some close short track racing at the moment. See Sheets trying to look under Seth French on these straightaways to get an advantage into the corner. He looks high there off of exit, trying to find any sort of momentum to get by that 54. And Sheets knows that he's got to make a pass fast on Seth French or else he's going to get passed by Sean Langton in no time. Langton is there. He got like very, very close to the back bumper that last lap. He's actually looking kind of to the high side there. We saw through 3 and 4. Man, Langton, he's driving it. I want to watch that cockpit cam from Sean Langton. I mean, he is wheeling it, trying to get under David Sheets. I mean, this is short track racing at its finest right here. Almost in the grass that time. Through 3 and 4, extremely loose off of turns 3 and 4. Luckily, though, he was able to save it. One thing that these drivers have to be keeping in mind right now, since we've had a long green flag run, it's been taking a toll on tires. We might start to see some drivers maybe start thinking about tire saving a little bit. Maybe, I don't think we'll see anybody coming under green flag if it stays green for the rest of the race, but if we do happen to see another caution, I think these drivers are going to happily come in and take some fresh tires for sure. Seth French starting to increase his lead, but we actually saw him get a little bit loose there. Luckily, he was able to save it. Here comes Jim Cook trying to get up there to RF Boyer for 6th place right now. Cook has to make a pass fast. He's got Eddie Hughes at his back bumper. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Eddie Hughes. He was up in the top 5 in the early portions of this race, and he's sitting in 8th right now. I'm not too sure what happened to that 34. He just kind of dropped to the back of the field. So he's trying to make his way back up by getting by RF Boyer. We'll continue to pay attention to this battle for 6th. In the meantime, we'll check back here at how our top 3 is doing. David Sheets continuing to run right on French's back bumper. He's tried looking low. He's tried looking high. Seth French playing some good defense. And here comes actually Sean Langton. I think he's going to try to make a pass here on Sheets through 1 and 2. This is for 2nd place side by side. Almost side by side. Langton about to the rear quarter panel. We'll see if maybe with Sheets running up there on that high side, it'll give him a disadvantage and allow... Ooh, Langton extremely loose off of 4. These drivers are going to have to continue to watch out for that. That's been a trouble spot all night for even the best of drivers. And there goes Sean Langton. He gets by, and he is now in 2nd place. Langton, he is going to be setting his sights on Seth French for the lead. Seth currently has a 7/10 lead over Langton at the moment. So we'll see if Sean can erase that deficit, and he'll continue to drive fast because he needs to increase that gap over David Sheets. Sheets still right on Langton's back bumper. Oh, we got a very close battle. Here goes Eddie Hughes looking under Jim Cook for 7th. We are side by side off of turn 4 and through the front straightaway. Oh, they trade paint a little bit. We see Jim Cook washes up the track, and there goes Eddie Hughes into 7th place. Looks like he might have hit the wall there. Some damage on that machine. And that definitely hurt him because he is 7th. Hughes. David Sheets continuing to tail Sean Langton here. The good thing that I like about Sheets is that he didn't let Langton drive away. He stuck right on his back bumper, not letting him get a deficit between these two. But since Langton is driving this hard to keep up with Langton, will this mean that we might see that 06 burn off his tires a little bit? Time will tell, as we actually have 40 laps to go as we cross the line. This race has flown by. Sheets just looking high, looking low, trying to find any speed to get by Sean Langton. Seth French, for the first time all race, has gotten a 1 second lead over second place Sean Langton. Seth French is just kind of settled in and turned some pretty good laps right now. He's definitely got to be the favorite to win this one tonight at North Wilkesboro, unless something crazy happens. Jim Cook trying to get that 6th spot. Oh, no, actually, Eddie Cook was able to make it by Jim Cook for 6th. We lost R.F. Boyer. Boyer slowed down. He was in 6th. Eddie Hughes was in 7th, so then he moved up to 6th, and then Jim Cook passed R.F. Boyer for 7th. I think that's how it all went down. Cook right now, trying to find any sort of speed to get up there to Mr. Eddie Hughes. And the field is getting spread out. Not too many battles on track right now, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and pump up the intensity. There you go. That was some pump up the intensity for you. Hopefully y'all enjoyed being able to hear some of the car noises and really get that racetrack feel like you're really at the racetrack. Currently, closest battle on track is still the battle for second. Sean Langton in trouble with a lap car right now. We see Langton and Sheets both have to head under R.F. Boyer. I wouldn't have been surprised if we might have saw David Sheets use that 12 as a pick to get by Sean Langton. Sheets continuing to get... Oh, we see Sean Langton. He's loose. David Sheets taking advantage of that, getting to Langton's rear quarter panel. They are side by side. Sheets able to get clear. David Sheets back in second. Didn't let Sean Langton get ahead when he... Oh, yeah, Sean Langton, he is extremely loose right now. Uh-oh, that is not good. I don't know if it's because of the tires starting to wear really bad or something. He's like... It's extremely noticeable that he is loose right now. Hopefully, he can get that fixed. David Guarino is entering pit lane. Are we seeing some pit strategy come into play? David Guarino sacrificed a top 5 position to go in. And I believe, let's take a look what he's going to do. Yep, he's going to take tires. And there come your leaders. Seth French, Sean Langton, Jim Cook, Anthony Romeo. We're seeing some green flag pit stops go down right now. And with Seth French and Sean Langton and them all going in, that's going to give David Sheets the lead. David Sheets now going into the pits to get tires. Love to see. I think this is the first time we've seen green flag pit stops all season. Eddie Hughes goes in. One driver who stays out, though, and is able to inherit the lead is Jordan Durans. Jordan Durans is now your leader. And there you go. Finally, Jordan Durans goes into the pits, and he's going to give that 13 of Mike Durfee the lead. Durfee has had a little bit of a rough race, as you can tell from his race car, but he's leading laps right now. This is exciting for that number 13 machine. This currently has a 2-second lead right now over Alan Warnecki. Question is, when is Durfee going to come in, or is he going to stay out for the entire race? We got 2 drivers who just ran their fastest time in the race. One of those being Eddie Hughes, who's in the top 5 right now. David Guarino trying to get up there to David Sheets. We know Guarino was the first driver to come in for green flag pit stops. I don't know if that could either give him an advantage because he might have some more track position over everybody else, or that could also mean, Guarino and Warnecki almost bumped right there. Jeez, that's some tight racing between a lap car and a non-lap car. Woo! And that's going to hurt David. That's going to hurt David Guarino as he's trying to get up there to David Sheets. Sheets beginning to catch Mike Durfee to get his lap back. And here comes Guarino, falling right behind Sheets. Here he comes to get his lap back. Mike Durfee has got to be wondering if he's going to be able to make it or not on these tires. I know when these tires are pretty worn out, it is awful to drive at this track. I raced in an ARCA race a couple of weeks ago, and I experienced the feeling of worn out tires, and it is awful. And I don't blame any of these drivers for coming in under green to get new tires. It makes a tremendous difference night and day. "15 laps to go for these drivers. We're coming down to the final stretch of action here. Alan Warnecki starting to look in his rearview mirror again. Here comes Seth French. Warnecki and Durfee are the only 2 cars who have not come into pit yet. So if both of them come into pit, that's going to mean that Seth French will inherit the lead, but I don't know if they'll even have to pit for French to inherit the lead. He is right on Warnecki's back bumper, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gives Warnecki the bumper. We saw him get right up close there to that 72. Bam. Gives him another tap. But Alan Warnecki playing some good defense. I know he wants to hold on to that second spot as long as he possibly can. Seth French taking it to the outside. He has got the nose right now. Side by side. And there you go, Seth French in second. He is setting his sights on your leader, Mike Durfee. And I mean, French is reeling in Durfee fast. Can Mike Durfee hold on to Seth French? Hold off Seth French for 10 laps? I don't think so. We see Durfee washes up the track tremendously, and Seth French takes advantage of that. He takes the lead. So your new leader, after coming in for green flag pit stops, he's inherited the lead back. And he's going to try to lead the rest of this 10 laps and get his first win of the season. Can Seth French do it? Here comes Warnecki starting to get up there to Mike Durfee. Warnecki looking low under that 13 machine. They're side by side. I think Warnecki's going to try to make the pass here in 1 and 2. And there you go. Alan Warnecki officially in second. Can he maybe get back up there to Seth French? We'll see in the next couple of laps. I think, though, with Seth French having those fresh tires, I don't think there's any catching him. Mike Durfee trying to reel back in Alan Warnecki for second. He actually got a great one there through 3 and 4 to try to reel back in Alan Warnecki. Fourth place, Sean Langton is 3 seconds behind Mike Durfee. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch them with only 5 laps to go this time by. See, Durfee, I think he might be trying to look to the high side to get by Alan Warnecki. That actually slowed him down a little bit. Got 4 laps to go now. And let's go ahead and watch a lap here with your current leader, Seth French. Right now, he's going to dive it down all the way to the bottom of the track, trying to keep it as stable as possible, trying to keep the wheel as steady as possible. A steady wheel is a fast car. Again, just diving it down to the bottom, your typical short track line. Almost getting into the grass there in 3 and 4, and then dips back up to the top on both straightaways. And this line that he's running, it's definitely fast because he's got a 2-second lead right now as we are coming to 1 lap to go. Here we go. Seth French. Makes it, if he can make it through 3 and 4 clean, he is going to get his first win of the season. Seth French leads almost every lap and gets the victory. Congratulations. Your winner is Seth French. Man, there you have it. Absolutely fantastic race. I mean, when do you get to see green flag pit stops like that? That's the first time all season that we've been able to witness that, and it was an exciting race with fuel strategy coming into play. And there goes Seth French burning her down here and celebrating his victory at North Wilkesboro. And oh no, he hits the wall. Not how Seth French wanted to finish his burnout. We got Keith Graham congratulating Seth French on the victory. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. Thanks for kind of being my co-announcer, per se. Appreciate it. And we're going to take a look and see if we can get any of our top three. And oh, there we go. We got your race winner in the broadcast booth. Seth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, hold up. We got an audio issue really, really quickly. Let me fix that, and then we'll do it. All right, so Seth, you started the race on the pole and led almost every single lap. The only time you didn't lead was when you came in to get green flag pit stops, and you ended up having a good strategy that ended up ensuring that you were able to get back the lead despite seeing Alan Warnecki and Mike Durfee stay out. I mean, what was your take on this race here at North Wilkesboro?
I was actually glad to see it stay green. I came in, took 2 tires and just a splash of fuel there, but before the race, I wasn't running those lap times, and I had adjusted my steering ratio to make it more like a dirt car feel, trying to tighten the car up, and it made a world of difference. I was three tenths faster per lap, so I knew if I just rode the bottom and kind of just secured the bottom and had a good drive off, I'd have a shot. And the car was really fast. I don't know what was going on, just crazy fast tonight.
What was your thought process on the pit strategy that we saw you do?
Yeah, I was hoping we weren't going to get a yellow. I wanted to pit under green. I was trying to build up as much lead as I could to kind of sneak around the corner coming into 4 so they might not see me. I think I had a 1-second lead at the time, and I just wanted to try to sneak into the pits there and take it when I wanted it, not when they were ready to go with me.
We do have a question request from Michael Wallace. He says, how in the world have you become such a great asphalt guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been running a lot of road, a lot of asphalt, and just working on that throttle control. I've been running a lot of the 410 sprints, and it's making a big, big difference in my throttle control. You really got to ease it, and obviously that transfers over to any car in iRacing or any car in general.
Got you. Well, fantastic performance here tonight. Do we have anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I just thank all the guys in the league, all of our sponsors. I'd like to thank LNS Customs. Like to thank HHI, Hendricks Home Improvements. Like to thank all the guys that came on board. Club Jerky with Marshall Harhay, David Sheets with LNS Customs, David Ackenbauer with HHI, just all the guys that helped this league to continue moving on and make it what it is. Great group of guys, and all the new guys we have are tremendous too.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your first win of the season, and have a great rest of your night, Seth.
Great. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Thanks for broadcasting. Thanks to Intensity too.
Yep, no problem. And now let's go ahead and talk to your third place finisher, Alan Warnecki. And I actually looks like I do not have permission to pull people in. Oh, there we go. Oh, and looks like there we go. We got the rest. We got your third place finisher in the booth, Mike Durfee. Mike, you got a copy?
10-4.
Awesome. Well, we saw that you ended up being the biggest mover of the race, and a lot of that was due to the fact that you had a very, very good pit strategy. Started the race in 13th. You were the last car that ended up turning a qualifying lap, and you quickly made your way up to the field. You were able to avoid some of the early wrecks and just turn some good laps. And then when everybody went into pit, you just stayed out when they zagged, and you were able to keep the lead for a little while, but then Seth ended up catching you, and then eventually we saw Alan pass you for second, but still you ended up hanging on to third place. I mean, what did you think of this race at North Wilkesboro?
I'm just happy to get a podium here. Seth was flying. I couldn't believe he caught me already when I didn't pit. That man had a car under him tonight.
Gotcha. Well, did that early accident maybe help your strategy at the end at all?
My strategy is normally to pick up enough gas as soon as I come in in case something like this happens, but gee, I was not expecting a green flag run like that. My tires were pretty burnt up, and I was running on fumes. I probably should have taken more.
Got you. Well, still podium finish is awesome. I mean, you had a fantastic race in that number 13 machine. Anybody you'd like to thank before I let you go?
All the admins. Sean, Seth, Charlie, Dave, Akers. It's been a great league. I'm just happy to be in it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the bronze tonight, and hope you have a great rest of your night, Mike.
You too. Have a good one. Thanks for everything.
Yep, thank you. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and pull in your second place finisher, Alan Warnecki. It looks like we can't get him in. So that'll... Oh, there we go. We got Alan Warnecki here in the booth. Second place. Alan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Well, what a turn of events for you. You were the second biggest mover of the race. Started in 10th, and you did end up getting in a few of the earlier accidents, but in the end, you ended up having a great green flag run, turning some good laps, and then just like Durfee, we saw you stay out when everybody else came in, and you were able to keep it up front. Seth still ended up passing you, but then you were able to get by Mike for second and ended up getting that silver medal here at North Wilkesboro. I mean, what was your take on this race?
Yeah, those first couple laps were kind of dicey and kind of beat up the car, so I went and fixed it and was able to get my lap back. And after that, I mean, I qualified a good 0.3 off. I knew I was going to be pretty slow, so I just decided to fix the car and take care of the rear tires and see where it gets me. Seth was ridiculously fast all night, so he definitely deserved it.
And I know you did get in one of the earlier incidents that maybe help your strategy, or did it affect your strategy at all?
It kind of forced my hand. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be fast, so after that it was just kind of ride around and take care of the tires and hope for no cautions. If a caution flew with 20 to go, I was going to be riding around where I was right around 9th, 10th.
Got you. Well, still awesome performance for you getting that second spot. I mean, is there any family members, shout-out sponsors you would like to thank before we let you go?
I think my girlfriend lets me play this and time away from the family, so that's cool. And then all the guys here at Mayhem, they're all intend to be clean and respectful, and I appreciate it, and it's fun. Seems like all my good finishes come down to fuel mileage, so if you can't be fast, be smart, I guess.
Absolutely. Sometimes that's the case for a lot of these races. So congratulations on second, Alan, and hope you have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, Atlee. Appreciate it. You guys do a great job broadcasting, too.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. I do want to thank one of our star donators tonight, Matthew Harris, for donating some of the stars. It was greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm going to try to post a lot more on there with polls, questions, and just tweet a bunch on there. So if you want to keep up with that, the action on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1, it's going to be a fun time on there for sure. Check us out. Drop a follow. I hope you will do that. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to download the eRacing TV app. It's on Amazon and Roku TV. 7 nights a week, there's iRacing action on there, including on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Intensity Broadcasting's broadcasts are on there. So tonight's LNS Customs Late Model Series race was on eRacing TV, live on there. Currently, I believe they have 500,000 downloads on there. So we are on the road to 1 million downloads for eRacing TV, so check them out. I'm Atlee Atman-Weeson on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team, and I'd like to thank everyone so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Over and out.